which is test cell 23, question 5. What it says is, but we're using any two couples. What is a couple? A couple is input followed by output. So name an input. An input could be 3 and 50. 3 is the input, 50 is the output, and then finally the next one would be 6 and 80. Okay? And it goes, find the equation of a line. Write down the equation of a line. Equation of a line is y minus y1 equals m bracket x minus x1. Where x1, y1 is a point, James, and m is the slope. You need to write down the slope formula. M equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Alright guys, now here we go. Call that x1, y1. Call the one below. The first value is always x and the second value is always y.
The top one is going to be x.
You could have it the opposite way around. You'll still get equation of a line. Lads, what Brian's asking there is a good question. How do I know this is x and this is y? The honest answer is I don't. But basically, usually the x-axis is something like days and time, stuff like this, okay? Well, the y-axis would be the variable, like what we're... You'll get an upside down answer. For example, Brian, if I got the answer was 3 for slope, you'd get a different slope, but overall your answer will still be right. You just took it from a different point of view. So? I don't know for sure actually, but either way it'd be grand, okay? So guys, look at this. M equals y2 minus y1, which is going to be 80 minus 50. And then the other one's going to be 6 minus 3, which is going to be 30 over 3, which is 10. You're right, it'd be upside down, so the other one would be a tenth. Okay? It'd be upside down. Alright. Then we got to get the equation of the line. Y minus y1. Y1 is 50 into 10 into x minus x1, which is going to be x minus 3. Multiply it out. Y minus 50 equals 10x minus 30. Bring 10x over to the other side, James, and what do we get? Minus 10x plus y minus 20 equals 0. This is the equation of your line. We might want to get y on its own. If we get y on its own, we bring everything back where it came from, and we get y equals 10x plus 20. What does that mean, guys? 10x plus 20. What's the slope? 10. Remember mx plus c? The slope is 10. And the c-intercept where it hits the y-axis is going to be 20. Now, does it ask me to draw this? Use the equation to find out the cost of hiring a surfboard for 2 weeks. Now guys, what is y in this question? Y is cost, x is the number of days you rented it for. What this means in ordinary language is the cost equals 10 multiplied by the amount of days you hire it for plus 20. So basically cost equals 10 times the amount of days plus 20. And how many days do we want to rent it for again?
14.
What?
14.
14. 10 multiplied with 14 plus 20 gets us 160. Happy enough with that? 160. Alright guys, moving on. It was a different question, okay? But you had the knowledge previously to do it. Now, two functions, f and g, are defined as follows. Complete the table and use it to draw graphs of f and g for 0 less than x less than 3. Okay. We're going to need a x equals f of x equals 2 to the power of x. So 2 power button x. It wants me to go from 0 to 3, but this time it wants me to go up in 0.5s. I know I'm going up in 0.5s because the step is 0.5, okay? Now, these are my numbers here, and there's James talking about that 1.4. Just try and get as close to it as you can. So can somebody call me out these numbers, please? So we're going to get what's a 1? The next one's 1.41, is it? 1.41. Number 2. After 2 we have 2.83. After that is number 4. And what's the next one? 5.7. And the one after that? 8. Okay. Now g of x. G of x is this function here. Okay. So what we got to do is redo this. Okay. And then we're going to have 9 alpha x squared. 9x, not 9 minus 3x squared minus 1. 0 to 3, 0.5, 0 minus 1. Minus 1, 2.75, 5, 7.5, 5, 2.5, minus 1. Who has those numbers on them right now? Has anybody got them? Dara, thank you, Dara. Can you call them out for me, please?
0 minus 1.
Yeah.
0.5, 2.75.
Yeah.
1, 5.
Sorry?
1, 5.
1.5?
No, not 5.
Ah, 5, yeah.
5.75.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
2.75.
Yeah.
Minus 1.
Now guys, I already know this is my maximum point. How do I know this?
Because it's 5 on either side.
Thank you. It's the highest point, but the same point is level either side of it. Remember what I said about symmetrical? It has to be the same on both sides. This means automatically it's the highest point. However, if I had 3 points like this, what would you say then? It's not symmetrical both sides, so I don't really know where the location of the highest point is, okay? So sometimes stuff like that happens. Now, use your graph to estimate the value for which 2 of x equals 9x minus 3x squared minus 1. Now guys, what did we leave out? We left out all the workings, didn't we? Please remember to do the workings when you're in the test. Now, what is the highest and lowest value of x? X min is 0, x max 3. What's y max? The biggest y value? 8. What's y min? Sorry? Y min? The smallest value of y? Minus 1. That's not too bad. That's a gap of 9, okay? Now, the trick is, make this as large as you can. You get more accurate answers this way. Okay? I'm going to start all the way down at minus 1. Minus 1 is going to be the last one here. I'm going to use, I think I'll only get away with gaps of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not going to get away with that, am I? No. I would have needed an extra square. Right, so now that means I gotta go back to the drawing board and go up in 2's. So I'm gonna go 2, minus 2, x-axis, 2, 4, 6, 8. Now, it's not the most accurate, is it? So, if I'm blunt, okay. We're gonna try it out again. Now, this time we're going to try and use 3 boxes where possible for each value on the y-axis, okay? So we're going to go for minus 1 here. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now this makes it more accurate, okay? And then on the x-axis we can go across in 4s if we want. 1, 2, 3, and 4. What this has the effect of doing is it stretches out my graph as opposed to making it really narrow. Makes it easier to draw. Okay guys, what's the points for the f of x, please? F of x points. Call it the first point for f of x. 0, 0, 1, yeah? Okay guys, so 0, 1's the first one. What's the next point? 1.
0.5, 1.41.
1.41, thank you. 1.41, is it?
0.5.
Oh, sorry, 0.5, halfway through. 1.41. Okay, around here. 1.
2.83.
Around here. Okay, 1.5.
It's actually, sorry, it's 1, 2.
Sorry?
1, 2.
Oh, sorry, 1, 2, yeah. 1.5. 2.83, yeah. 2.
4.
Yeah.
2.5 is 5.7.
Yeah. 3 is 8, yeah. Okay guys, that's it there. Now, we can see here, what type of curve is this? What's the name of this curve? Exponential. You can see how fast it goes up. Now if we were to draw the other side, what would happen? It wouldn't go back up. It would just keep going like that. That's an exponential curve. Okay, what about the next curve, which we will do in black? What's the first point? 0. 0 minus 1. Here, next one.
0.5.
Yeah.
2.75.
2.75. Okay, big increase. Go again.
1 and 5.
What?
1, 5.
1 and 5, yeah.
1.5 and 5.75.
5.75 around here. 2.
5.
Yeah, perfect. 2.5.
2.75.
Yeah, and then 3 minus 1.
Yeah.
Okay. We see here it's an N-shaped graph. Were we expecting an N-shaped graph?
Yeah.
Why?
Minus x squared.
Minus x squared, okay. There we go. Now, finally, the question says, use your graph to estimate where 2 to the power of x equals 9 minus 3x squared minus 1. Use it to find out where f of x equals g of x. Where are the outputs the same? What value does this happen? Here, here, and here. Drop a line and see what the numbers are. What do you think these two numbers are going to be? Call it 0.3. X equals 0.3 and x equals 2.3. It's good enough. Now, if 2 to the power of k equals 6, use your graph to estimate k. Which graph does this look more like? F of x or g of x? F of x or g of x? Which one does it look more like? Which equation? F of x. Instead of x we have k. So basically k equals, the answer is, the output is 6. Look for the f of x's graph where the output is 6. How do I know that? Because this is your function and it tells me that this function equals 6. What number does it equal 6? Go down, look for the number 6. It's over here. Okay, go across, go down, 2.7, 2.67, 2.7. X equals 2.7. Do you know how you could check your answer? What's 2 to the power 2.7? Anybody? 2 to the power 2.7?
6.4.
6.4. It's just slightly off, isn't it? But close enough. So x equals 2.7. Alright guys, is that the last question? Is it? Okay. So in today